Good afternoon, everyone. Are you having a good Dreamforce? Yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you for being here today. I'm Paolo Bergamo. I'm Senior Vice President for Field Service Lighting. I've been with the company for 15 years. I spent all my time at Salesforce building mobile applications. I gotta tell you, when I started being engaged with Field Service Lighting, that was a whole new world. Mobile apps typically are thought as companion apps. You spend 20% of the time, 30% of the time on them. Field service is 150% of the time on those apps, right? That's why I got really passionate about this business. And I feel like there's so much disruption that we can bring to this industry. It's absolutely amazing. This is why I'm also so excited today to talk with you about the future of field service. Are you ready for this? Before we get started, though, I do want to thank you all. I want to thank all the customers, all the partners, all our employees, and for the first time for field service, all the people at home. This business we started only 3.5 years ago has been skyrocketing. Thanks to all the focus you put on innovation and your customer focus you have, we actually grew this business to be one of the fastest growing products in Salesforce history. And I really want to thank you for all of this. It's all because of you. And it's also a time in which all companies are really investing in field service management. Why is this? Well, you heard this. A lot of companies are now competing on the customer experience. We are in the age of the customer experience. A lot of customers are willing to pay more to be better served, to have a better experience. And think about it. Field service management is actually the most crucial moment in the service experience. You have a person right there, potentially even in your house. That person is there to build trust with you. That person is a person who can turn the customer, maybe angry, turn it into a loyal customer. Is there to build a relationship with them. This is why it's so important to invest in the mobile workforce and all the back office that actually empower that, right? And of course, if you think about it, over the years, field service has been always thought as a cost center, right? Something happens, you have to dispatch someone, because it's going to cost you money, you weren't really happy about it. There's also good reasons why, or technical reasons why this was the case. All companies used to be in silos, to work in silos, so it wasn't really easy to connect field service to the CRM suite, right? But things are changing. There's more focus. Cloud has come, but there's also more focus on the customer experience. And now the future, really, of field service is where a brand ambassador right there in front of the customer is really establishing that trusted relationship with the customer. It's also, that creates or generates opportunity for upsell, cross-sell. Why not look around the room and see what other service opportunities the customer may have, right? And with the power of connected devices and the computational power of artificial intelligence, you can actually analyze data and actually be a lot more precise and predictive in your field service operations. It is the time to invest in field service management because field service management is actually mission critical. Think about utility companies generating the energy and distributing the energy. That grid is important, is essential, has to be up 100% of the time. Think about medical equipment, right? In hospitals, life and death type of situations, right? But it's also mission critical for what we just said. It's mission critical because you are establishing a relationship with your customer. You're creating loyalty. And that person right in front of the customer needs to be empowered with the best tools ever. And you know, as Salesforce, we really truly focus on helping companies transform the customer experience, right? We always want to take you to the future. So what does the future of field service look like? This is really how you can think about it. You can think about it in 3 pillars: business processes, mobile workers experience and customer interactions. Business processes. You absolutely have to have an amazing platform that allows you to reach the KPIs you need to reach. And that needs to take into account resource management, but also needs to take account assets, right? Here's the thing. In 2019, you can't really think about only the field service management KPIs. You need to think about the rest of the field service organization, the sales organization. The data of the connected devices have to flow all the way to the marketing organization. You need to have business processes that are connected. For the mobile worker experience, this is very, very crucial. Think about it. 5, 10 years ago, all your mobile workers were using pen and paper. These people are going through a massive transformation. They are using digital tools. This is why it's so crucial for you to actually make sure the tools you build for them, you provide them with, are easy to use. Ultimately, something that we'll never stop talking about at Salesforce, it's about the customer interactions. In every single point of the customer journey, whether it's field service or not, you need to know your customer at heart. And to do that, you really have to have a connected platform. You need to be able to do all the way from simple scheduling, simple rescheduling, of course, servicing the customer, all the way to maybe sending a survey at the end of the service so that you can capture the data and capture the data to better serve them in the future. So this is how really the future look like. And of course, you heard Mark talking about this yesterday. It is about bringing people together. It's about taking your back office, it's about your mobile working and your customers all together in the same single platform. And at Salesforce, you heard this before, we started this journey a few years ago. We started in 2016, and we've been doubling down and doubling down. This year, though, is the pivotal year for field service management at Salesforce. The company has invested a lot this year in this business. We actually have done 2 amazing acquisitions. Acquisition of Click Software and the acquisition of Map Anything, now known as Salesforce Maps. And to make you understand a little bit how all these things are coming together in a single platform, I thought the best way to do this is to invite the two amazing leaders of these acquisitions on stage to tell us all about them. Please help me welcome on stage Mark Attini, CEO of Click Software, and Ben Brantley, Vice President of Products, Map Anything, now known as Salesforce Maps. All right. Mark, stay. All right. Mark, we closed the acquisition of Click Software a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How was your experience with Salesforce, first of all?
It's just been incredible. I think the first thing I'd like to say is that all of us at Click are incredibly excited to be part of Salesforce now. There's just no doubt about that. A couple of observations. I'd like to thank the Salesforce folks. They've really made us feel extraordinarily welcome. They've really gone out of their way to help us understand how to navigate Salesforce. And so a big thank you for them for doing that. And also, the shared core value that we had at Click was we always put our customers first. We talked about it at every single meeting. And I've seen already, absolutely, that is the case with Salesforce. They absolutely put their customers first every minute of every day. And so we feel very much at home because of that.
Very cool. Ben, same question for you. We closed your acquisitions 6 months ago. Yep. You were really, truly AppExchange, one of the best AppExchange partners we have. What's your experience?
So the experience so far has been wonderful. And I think the main part that made that experience so wonderful is the people. As the co-founder of Map Anything, this being my first acquisition, it was scary, the thought of being acquired by such a big, innovative company. Downright terrifying, to be honest. But all the people here at Salesforce were so inviting. They made the integration process fun, downright enjoyable, actually. When I messed up, I had questions, which there were a lot. There was a line of people just almost out this door, just willing to help, willing to volunteer their time, just to make myself and my team successful. The values that Mark and Keith outline in terms of how this culture works are real. I see it every day, I live it every day, and I'm so thankful to be a part of the Ohana.
Thank you for sharing, man. Mark, so Click Software and Field Service Lightning and Salesforce together, how you think about this?
Very excited, clearly. I mean, we've learned an awful lot very quickly about the sort of power of the 360 customer platform and everything that offers our customers. And you combine on top of that really the deep domain expertise that we have at Click, 25 years of implementing some of the largest brands in the world, thousands of field workers. And you think about the deep, rich functionality of what was our field service management platform combined with the 360 platform. You start thinking about how we can rethink the industry, how we deliver products very differently, how we can innovate for our customers. And so we're extraordinarily excited by that, and that's obviously one of the reasons we're in this position today.
Ben, AppExchange partner, as we mentioned earlier, but now that you're part of the family, how you think about combining forces?
Yeah, certainly. So we started Map Anything because we saw the location, or the power of location in our personal worlds. Google Maps, Waze, Yelp, right? We all know the names, we all use it every day. And we wanted to bring that same awareness of location to the business. So what did we do? We spent 10 years combining complex spatial algorithms with an easy-to-use interface to allow businesses to place assets where required, to build schedules, and to see live location updates. So I'm super excited about the combination of Salesforce Maps, Click, the Customer 360 platform, and I can't wait to disrupt field service yet again.
Mark, last question for you. There's a few folks in the room want to know, they are Click customers today. What are we going to tell them?
First of all, thank you for being Click customers. We're delighted that you are. What I would say, I think the future is really exciting for you, just without doubt. I mean, go back to the sort of core Salesforce values of trust and customer success. We're going to be with you every step of your field service journey as you rethink, transform, and use the best possible technology and solutions in your business moving forward as a combined entity. The other thing I would also say is that at Click, we were 700 people. At Salesforce, we're over 40,000 people. And so there's just so much more resource that we can sort of apply to whatever problem we're trying to solve with you. So we're excited. I think the future is really, really bright for you.
Mark, thank you for being with us today. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Field Service and Click and Map Anything, Salesforce Maps, all coming together on a single platform, which we believe is the #1 platform for field service management in the world. It is a mission-critical service. It is here. It is now available for you. It combines advanced scheduling from Click Software. It combines location intelligence from Map Anything. It has a beautiful, simple-to-use, offline-first, mobile-centric experience for your mobile workers, whether they are full-time employees or they are occasional contractors. It's founded on the Customer 360, which means great customer interaction, of course. And let's not forget, it is about managing assets, and it's about collecting data from IoT and make a great computation on top of this. As I mentioned, all of this built on the Customer 360 platform. It's the #1 platform for CRM that brings sales and service and marketing and commerce and IT all together. But it's really designed with the customer at the center so that you know the entire truth about the customer, and you can better serve them, you can better surprise them. Okay? So what we're going to do now, at Salesforce, we love show what our customers have done with the platform. So today, we actually have 2 amazing customers. They're going to be here on stage in a second. We're going to divide this into 3 chapters, 3 vignettes, if you will. #1, as we just said, it's about business processes, connected business processes. Second chapter is about the mobile worker experience. Number 3 is about the customer interactions. And for the first chapter, please help me welcome on stage Vice President of Product Management for Field Service Lightning, Karen Mihal.
Paolo, thank you for the intro, and thank you for everything. So today, I get to actually talk about something that anyone who knows me knows I'm extremely passionate about. I get to talk about field service, the future of field service, but the future of the field service isn't really the future anymore. It's actually happening now. And we're going to talk about that. And the first piece we're going to talk about is how do you elevate your field service to be intelligent. What do I mean by intelligent? Well, let's talk about things that it hasn't been. So our field service hasn't really been connected. When you think about field service, not much has really changed in 25 years, and I've been in the industry that long. We had mobile offline 25 years ago. Nothing's really been innovative. Our systems are disconnected. They're not real time. They don't really tell us what we need to know when we need to know them. But it doesn't really have to be that way anymore. And today's a new day. So today, we're going to talk about not just the future, but what is happening. And we're going to talk about a customer who's doing that. So your business, your field service, has to not just be intelligent, it has to be connected. You have to take those processes that you have and automate them. And what I mean by automate is streamline. We have the intelligence for systems to make decisions for us. So all these manual processes you have to let go of that. Let go of it and let Field Service Lightning and the power of the Salesforce platform do that for you. And when you do that, you increase your efficiency. Your technicians become more efficient. Your call center becomes more efficient. You also have better visibility. We talk about the customer. So really what has changed is the customer. Every one of you sitting in the audience with your phone has changed our industry. I almost said my industry. Our industry for field service, right? You demand to know where $7 pizza is. You demand to know everything. How are we serving our customers in an enterprise way if we're not giving them that same type of experience? So you need visibility, asset, customer, everything around it. And when you do that and you automate it, you reduce your carbon footprint, which helps the environment. Hopefully none of you are showing up in front of your customers with paper in your hand anymore. And lastly, to bring all of these systems together that have not been together, use MuleSoft. So we use MuleSoft to bring all of that together. You can reach deeply into back offices and be able to bring all that data into field service. So today, I have the complete honor of talking about Stratasys. And many of you don't know who Stratasys is, so I'll tell you. Stratasys is a company that builds 3D printers. And here's the amazing thing. They've been doing it for 30 years. I had no idea that 3D printers were around for 30 years. And when I talked to Amir, he was telling me about a printer that does the most amazing thing. This printer actually does 3D models of a heart, not just a heart, but when a patient needs to have heart surgery, it builds a perfect, anatomically correct replica of that patient's heart. So a surgeon goes in and can do surgery on the heart again and again and again before they ever have to go to the patient. And it's amazing. So when we talk about sustainability, I came away from my conversation with Amir about sustainability for human life. And to me, that was just incredible. So let's move to the demo. And my amazing people here, Laura and Greg, are going to walk us through the demos today. And so here we have Adrian. And Adrian starts his day out in the command center. And this is the case command center. So he goes through all of his cases for the day. He does what he needs to do. And he has availability. So with availability, he's going to use omnichannel. And when he does omnichannel, he brings in a case. This case didn't just come from anywhere, didn't even come from a call center, actually. The device itself exceeded a temperature, and that temperature kicked off the IoT and created a case. And that case came into the system and was assigned to him because he knows the product and he knows what to do. So from this one place, Stratasys has enabled him with the power of Lightning components, and he's customized this or configured it to have everything that he needs to see right in front of him. He sees the case details. He sees the contact details. He sees the customer details. In the meantime, the system's automating everything to make sure that you're meeting your service level your service level agreements, your SLAs. So on the right, it's making sure that we're doing everything we need to do to take care of the customer. And having everything in one place, in one system, allows them to see everything and more about this asset. So let's see where this asset's located. I can click on a button and see on a map where the asset is and who's located around it. But I need to know a bit more about this before I can dispatch the right person. So from here, I can see everything about an asset. And I come from an asset-centric background. I love assets. I love parts in warehouses too, but that's a different story. We'll just talk about the asset. For me, the fact that I can see cases, work orders, entitlements, what does this customer get? I can see the warranty, how long has it been warranted, what's happened to it, and I can see everything about the asset history. From the model bomb shipped to the customer, all the way through to retirement, even if I bring it in and refurbish it, I can see everything about this asset until I retire it. And from here, I can also see that I have a preventative maintenance already scheduled. So with that, I look at it, I can see that it's coming up. I've got one scheduled for today. So we're going to connect that case with the preventative maintenance. And when I do that, I'm also going to make it a high priority because it's exceeded its temperature and I want to make sure that everything runs well for this printer. So I do that. When it pulls the case in, automation, all of the system, everything that the system has in one place is allowing this to happen. I can see that there are parts needed. So for these parts, I say, okay, I've got labor, and I need a printer head, I need other things. I want to make sure I have a quote. How much is this going to cost the customer? And with that, right from Field Service Lightning, we're going to create a CPQ. We're going to use CPQ to create a quote. So we're combining the power of the platform together. And here, when I create the quote, it goes and looks at its warranty, it goes and looks at its asset, looks at everything that needs to be there, and it knows it's $0. So from here, I have everything I need ticked and tied to be able to dispatch the right person. So now I'm going to go to the console, and I'm going to go to the scheduling console. And for me, there's so many cool things here. I can see my contractors, my customer, I can see my contractors, my employees, I can see crews, I can see them for the next hour, the next week, the next few months. I can also highlight things. So I have this configured. I want to see the highlight of all the maintenance plans. So it'll tell me where all the maintenance plans are. And as Paolo talked about, our partnership and our engagement with Click Software. In the background is the world's best optimization engine, and it's taking all of those manual spreadsheets, all of you who have things on Excel spreadsheets and Post-it notes, and it takes all of that and automates and gives you the best results based on your key KPIs. Do you want to optimize based on cost? Do you want to based on who gets there the fastest? You define how this optimization runs. So we've seen how Stratasys has done this. And so please help me welcome to the stage the man himself, CIO of Stratasys, Amir Belferman. Hello, my dear. How are you? Good. Let's sit. So, when we were preparing for this, right, we talked a lot about a lot of things. But the thing that really struck me the most was Stratasys' passion for 3D printing, and then also your passion, actually, for this sustainability of people. Will you share with us about that?
Yes, so basically it's a privilege, I think, to work for a company that drives the world to be a better place. Stratasys is helping organizations all over the world to redefine, to unleash the possibility and redefine everything that we make. Imagine that surgeons are able to practice on a printout of a digital twin heart that looks exactly the same as a human heart and also feels exactly the same. Let me tell you a short story about a young girl named Mia who born with a heart defect that could not be operated. But with a 3D printed identical replica of her heart, the doctor were able to pre-plan the exact operation required, explain her parents what's going to happen during the process, and basically save the child. And today Mia is healthy like a regular girl. So we know that consumer wants everything, from cars, to clothes, to medicines, to be a personalized reflection of themselves. At Stratasys, we are now implementing 6 behaviors. One of them is to be a believer. We believe that we can do things better. We are doing it for over 30 years, and we are really proud to be the pioneer in this industry.
And you do make things better. The whole story we talk about the heart, it's actually the first time I haven't cried when we've talked about this one. So thank you so much for bringing Salesforce on this journey with you. And why did you choose Salesforce?
So the answer for that is really simple. I think that Salesforce is doing similar things by unleashing the possibilities on one platform, allowing customers such as Stratasys to build a unique holistic solution based on the same technology that personalized to the main business needs. And this is what amazing this platform. I think that in Stratasys, like in Salesforce, we understand that there is one thing that leads us. You remember that yesterday Mark said that he spoke about the customer success. We at Stratasys, we call it customer satisfaction, which is part of the success that brings satisfaction. This is what we are all looking for, yes? So I think that Salesforce allows us to optimize our digital processes and to bring a better solution that, based on this technology and adopt the functionality that you just presented, which is the FSL and the mobile capabilities.
And you have a nickname for it. You call it Strataforce.
Strataforce, yes. We call this the project Strataforce. And I think that what is amazing in this project is that we didn't customize anything. Everything was out of the box. All the feature and functionality was there, and we could really easily adopt it.
And so I know you're not done, so we talked about all the cool things that's next for you. Will you share what's next for Stratasys and Salesforce together?
Yeah, sure. We intend in the coming 2 years to focus in 3 major areas. The first one is, of course, the community. We would like to adopt it, create a customer hub. It's also something that Mark spoke about yesterday, about helping the customer of the customer. So we are looking to provide a solution that will increase our ability with our customers to simplify the processes, adopting commerce capabilities, service capabilities, knowledge capabilities, all on one platform, which is the community. The second thing is to connect the mobile capabilities to the machine. And by that, to automate the processes and increase our field engineering efficiency. And together with Customer 360, and which will improve our customer engagement. The last thing is, of course, the Einstein. With the Einstein analytics capabilities, we will know more about the customer behavior. We will be able to predict the next customer call, the next customer opportunity, and then we will be able to act in advance instead of react. So it means that Salesforce can assist us to increase the customer satisfaction by optimizing our digital processes.
Well, we thank you. We thank you so much for being with us. Please help me thank Amir.
Thank you.
Thank you. So in Chapter 1, we saw how a company has elevated their field service to be intelligent and automated. For the next chapter, I'd like to welcome to the stage my friend and colleague, Shilpa Ramaswamy.
Thank you, Karen. As Karen mentioned in Chapter 1, she walked us through how you can elevate your business by injecting intelligence and automation into your field service operations. I am so excited in Chapter 2 to present to you how you can empower your mobile workforce with real-time insights in the field. Your mobile workers have always been the face of your brand, and these employees are facing a new challenge from a highly sophisticated customer base that has growing and increasing expectations. In my role, I've had the privilege to be on many technician ride-alongs, and in each of these interactions, I've heard some common themes. First, I hear technicians talk about how they're often alone in the field, and this can make them feel like they're stranded on an island. To combat that feeling, all technicians ask for tools that are easy to use, that give them real-time updates, and give them the flexibility so that they have the power to control the customer engagement. Second, technicians know that the key to effective and successful customer interactions is visibility. You need visibility to customer data, visibility to work history, and visibility to all of the steps that they need to complete on site. I remember a story that I heard from a technician who arrived at a customer's home to fix a broken washing machine. When he arrived on site, he had no idea that his was the third visit to fix this issue. And he also had no idea that the repairs that he was quoting were even more than it might cost to just replace that machine outright. Put yourself in that customer's shoes. How would you feel if after 3 visits, there was no resolution to your problem, and you had a mountain of laundry just piling up? That technician had no hopes of creating a positive, memorable experience for that customer. This story is not uncommon. We hear it quite too far often within field service. This is why it is important now more than ever for you to empower your technicians with the right tools and the right information so that they can be successful in the field. The future of field service is equipping your mobile workers with real-time insights for them to be successful. This is why we built the FSL Mobile application, where you can give step-by-step guidance to each and every technician so that they can successfully complete their job. Whether they're a novice, a tenured employee, or a third-party contractor, you have complete confidence that each and every one of your customers is going to receive a consistent level of support no matter who is delivering that service. Your technicians can also act on IoT data in context so that they can resolve issues proactively before the customer even knows that there's a problem. Your technicians hate doing some of these tedious tasks that have to happen every single day, like creating expenses and logging time. Now, within the Field Service Mobile application, you can automate how that time gets logged and created for those employees so that technicians can move from one job to another quickly. All of these capabilities and so much more come standard in the Field Service Lightning Mobile application. But we didn't stop there, because we heard from each and every one of you that your business is unique, that your needs are special. We also heard from 84% of you that you are prioritizing expanding that mobile workforce. So it's so important for you to have the right tools that you can extend and you can build your unique business processes into. This is why I'm so excited about the FSL Mobile Extensibility pilot. With this feature, you can build any UI and any business process within the FSL Mobile application. Yeah, woo! Super cool. So whether it's checking for upgrades or creating quotes or finding parts nearby, you can put those unique business requirements in the hands of every mobile worker. Next, let's jump into a demo so that we can see this cool capability in action and see some of these other great features of the mobile application. Laura's going to play the role of Bria, our Stratasys mobile technician who uses the FSL mobile app. When she logs in, she sees an entire list of all of her appointments, both within a map view and in a list view. When she scrolls down, she sees that the next appointment is to fix a 3D printer at Dreamforce, without which we can't print 3D Astros. The entire fate of Dreamforce hangs in the balance. So Bria clicks into that work order to get additional details. Immediately, she sees where she needs to go. She sees information about the customer, Lauren Bailey, and she can get in touch with Lauren very easily by clicking a couple of buttons. Scrolling down further, she sees the asset service history, which we discussed was critical for Bria to be able to take the appropriate actions to figure out the holistic picture of what's happening with this machine. She also sees the work plan, which includes all of the steps that are needed to repair and resolve this issue. If she needs any additional information about any of these steps, she can just click into that knowledge article, which will give her additional information. Now, Bria prides herself on providing the best possible service for her customers. And as part of this, the first thing that she wants to do is check to make sure that the asset doesn't need any software upgrades. Stratasys has given Bria the ability to control her engagement with the customer. So Bria clicks on that lightning bolt and clicks the asset upgrade option. This launches directly into that mobile extension that we talked about, pulling data not just from Salesforce, but pulling it from external systems also, and letting Bria know that this machine is eligible for 3 upgrades. Bria selects one of those and launches into the mobile extension that starts retrieving information from the machine. It pulls data from Salesforce, it updates data in external systems, upgrades the software, and lets Bria know that she has fixed the 3D printer, improving accuracy, increasing speeds, and we are ready to print Astros again. Dreamforce has been saved. We can go back. The world is safe again. In addition to this, Stratasys has given each and every mobile worker the ability to walk through step-by-step resolving the issue and capturing data through a debrief wizard. The first step of this wizard is acknowledging that this work order is linked to a CPQ quote. And Bria is given the option to consume all of the parts that were quoted to the customer. Next, she specifies the root cause of this issue, and when she selects that root cause, it dynamically drives fields that are specific to that issue type. This feature allows Bria to accurately, efficiently, and quickly ensure that she is entering the right data and expediting the process. Now that Bria has completed logging all of that information that needs to live within Salesforce, she's even given the option to log information that might need to live in an external system, like expenses. Bria indicates that she rented a car and even attaches a receipt for that rental that is stored against the work order and can be sent to an external system. Next, she statuses the work order to close it out, and is taken to a PDF summary of everything that was done so that she can review this summary with Lauren, the customer, capture signature from Lauren acknowledging that this work was completed satisfactorily. And this PDF can now be stored within the work order and shared with Lauren in a channel of her choosing. But we didn't stop there. Remember those tedious, repetitive tasks that I mentioned earlier? Stratasys has automated the logging of timesheet entries based on all of the information that has been captured in that debrief wizard, so that Bria doesn't have to do double entry and she doesn't need to log into any external systems. It's all taken care of her right here within the FSL Mobile application. Great job, Bria. Thanks for saving Dreamforce. What you just saw was how Stratasys is empowering every one of their mobile workers with an app that's easy to use, gives them real-time insights into customer information, and is flexible so that each and every technician can provide that next level of support that the future of field service demands. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage Susie Turk, Director of Field Service Lightning.
Thank you, Shilpa, for that warm welcome. Chapter 3 is arguably the most exciting and important chapter in the future of field service because it's all about the customer, your customer. I recently read an article in the Washington Post about how technology has changed how we view TV. I found this article really interesting because I love watching TV. It categorized viewers based on their watching habits. And I found that I was best described by the category of the second screener. People in this category, while watching TV, are simultaneously on their phone or tablet looking up additional information. I find that while I'm watching TV, I'm busy looking up additional details, such as where I might have seen that familiar actor before, or how many episodes are in the next season. Consumers like me, and all you second screeners out there, are used to having all the information we need and even more at our fingertips. This has impacted how your customers expect to interact with your business. They're used to having all the information they need, and they want it on the channel of their choice. The future of field service is to provide your customers with a full service experience across all channels. For example, providing self-service channels that allow your customers to do something like book their own appointment online. This not only meets customer expectations, it allows you to scale your business. Providing automated and intelligent scheduling engines to allow customers to be able to book their own appointments. Providing automated and real-time channels to allow them to do things like interact with a chatbot and do bidirectional text messaging. Providing the ability to see live location. That's what customers have grown to expect from their ride-sharing apps. I'd like to show you how one customer is providing this full service experience to its customers. Toast is the fastest growing restaurant platform in the United States, powering successful restaurants of all sizes. I got to see the Toast system in action 2 months ago when my husband and I were celebrating our anniversary at the hot new restaurant in Austin. We were seated at the chef's table where we could see the chef and his staff in action preparing the meals. We could also see the Toast system showing the staff what each table had ordered and how long they had been waiting. Those of you who know me know that I'm a foodie who lives in great anticipation of her great next meal. But my anticipation soon became frustration as I watched the minutes tick on and on and on and on. The chef personally delivered this meal to us with an apology and said that it was on the house. The Toast system enabled him to see a poor customer experience and to turn it around. I got to see the Toast system firsthand as a customer of a restaurant using Toast. Now, I'd like to switch to a demo to show you how Toast is using Salesforce to connect to its customers, the restaurant owners. Julian has just achieved his lifelong dream of opening his very own restaurant and has just purchased the Toast system online. He visits the portal where he goes to book his installation appointment. As he's booking this appointment, he notices that he'll be able to return to this portal when he's ready to book his training. That will ensure that his staff is ready for the Friends and Family soft opening. This online booking experience is powered by Field Service Lightning's intelligent scheduling engine. That ensures that all appointments surfaced are based on the installer's skills, location, and availability. It was that simple, folks. The appointment's been booked. Now that it's been booked, let's switch to Julian's mobile device, where he has just received a text message confirmation from Toast containing all the details of his installation. He goes to add this appointment to his calendar, where he now sees he actually is double booked at that time. He's going to need to reschedule his installation appointment. He replies to the text message where he is greeted by an Einstein bot. With our new Einstein bot packages available on the App Exchange, we're making it even easier to create automated service experiences like this on any channel. Julian selects a new appointment time, and his appointment has been rescheduled for later in that afternoon. He receives another text confirmation with the details of his rescheduled appointment. It was that easy. Julian was able to reply to a text message and reschedule his installation appointment. Now, let's fast forward to the day of the installation. Julian is provided with real-time ETA of his installer. No more sitting around wondering where the tech is and when he's going to arrive. Salesforce Maps powers real-time live location, showing where mobile employees are to provide that connected experience to customers. Now that the installation is complete, Julian receives a text message from Toast containing a survey. This is to ensure that the work was done correctly and that he's satisfied. This is just one example of how Toast is providing a connected experience to its customers while simultaneously scaling its business. The next time you're in a restaurant, take a look around and see if they're using Toast. If you had a marvelous experience, they likely are. Now, please join me in welcoming to the stage Vice President of Technology at Toast, John Dack. John, thank you so much for joining us at Dreamforce. Are you able to share with us why you chose to partner with Salesforce on your customer experience journey?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's fairly obvious just looking at how many people are here, right? I mean, we're obsessed with our customers, and when we choose partners for any type of solution, it's really important that we partner with a company that has the same obsession. And so Salesforce has clearly shown how they care very deeply about their customers, and it's fairly evident. It's quite funny, actually. Every time we come to a Dreamforce, I bring a small army with me. And we go around to all the sessions looking for product people to try and get on the roadmap, only to find out that everything we want is already on the roadmap, right? And so that's really important when we're choosing a vendor.
That's wonderful. And as the Vice President of Technology, why are you so passionate about the customer experience?
Yeah, I think it's super important, right? I think there are a lot of companies out there who have great products and great services, but it's the customer experience that really makes the difference. Right? When you look at your customer base, if you know deeply what they do and you really are empathetic to what they're trying to achieve, and you're trying to provide the solutions that truly help their business, that's super, super important. And what that does is it generates a lot of loyalty. Right? It generates a lot of sort of shared value in what you're trying to do. And even with field service, right? We purchased field service probably about 2.5 years ago, and there were things missing, but we knew Salesforce was going to get there. And that's because we just have that kind of relationship and that strength together, and we try and get the same thing from our customers as well.
And how are you continuing to work to expand the capabilities around the customer journey?
Yeah, so we have a very concierge, white glove service with our customers. We help them along the way. But there are a lot of opportunities for us where a customer doesn't actually need us, right? If they know they want an appointment 2 weeks from now, they don't need to talk to someone. They just need to be able to do it. If they want to update their menu, if they want to change some account information, they just need to be able to do it. And so what we're trying to do is bridge that gap and trying to think about self-service within our product, self-service within Salesforce, and really try to empower the customers to make their own decisions and then rely on us when they really need us.
That's a great story. Thank you so much, John. Everyone, give it up for John, Field Service Lightning Trailblazer. Now, I'd like to welcome back to the stage Senior Vice President and General Manager of Field Service Lightning, Paolo Bergamo.
What did you guys think? Was it good? Yeah? Can I get one more round of applause for Karen and Shilpa and Susie, Laura at the DJ console right here. Amazing customers, Stratasys, Toast. They've done an amazing job. The last hour, we have done a journey. We understood why field service management is important. We understood how to think about it. What is the future of field service? It is connected business processes. It is mobile workforce experience. It is customer experience. But after we have seen these two amazing customers, do you agree with me that the future of field service is actually now? Yes? Here's what it is. I really hope you get curious now. You're going to start rethinking a little bit about your field service management operations. There's a lot more you can learn in this conference. First of all, please visit the field service station upstairs here at the Marriott Marquis at Foothill C. You're going to be able to interact with the product managers. You're going to be able to see demos. You're going to be able to interact with other customers already implemented. Tomorrow, must-see service keynote. We're going to talk about more about field service in the context of the broader field service organization. And the amazing customer tomorrow, too, that's going to be at the Moscone North Hall from 1 to 2 p.m. And finally, if you want to learn a little bit more about Stratasys and a little bit more about Toast, do know that Stratasys will be available at the field service station today at 4 p.m. and tomorrow Toast the same at 4:30 p.m. At this point, I really hope you guys enjoy the show. I hope you're curious to go out and figure out what is the future of field service for your organization. And with this, I want to thank you to be here, and I wish you the best Dreamforce ever.